It was a Monday, and I was headed to the store to burn off some time before I had to be somewhere. And I walked into Meijer's thinking, I've got $35 for the week and a quarter tank of gas. How do I spend the money and make it last till Friday? And when I grabbed a cart and started pushing, I heard audibly in my head, just as I would have through my ears, just do it, long before Nike ever came out with a phrase. And I knew exactly what it was I was supposed to do. And I spent 32 of those $35, and I bought toilet paper and canned goods and macaroni and cheese and spaghetti sauce and noodles, and I spent most of my money, and I put it in the back of my car in a couple of boxes and went and did what I was going to do that evening. And then I swung by my parents' house to find Marcy's address, and Marcy's car was in the driveway. So I put the boxes in the garage and I marked them with her name, and I walked into the house and I said, Marcy, there's a couple of boxes in the garage with your name. And she was very surprised, and my parents came out. She said, I'll never be able to get that into my apartment. And Dad and I said, well, we can take them up for you. And we did. We drove to her place and we put them on the kitchen table for her. And she opened them up and she started to cry. And she said, at 6:15 tonight, my daughter and I knelt on the kitchen floor and we prayed for God to provide, because I was down to my last $10 and I had 2 weeks to go before the next disability check. And I realized that was the time that I heard, just do it, in my head. But the story doesn't end there. It goes full circle, because a number of years later, I found myself with 3 children in grade school and expecting them home for a Christmas vacation, and hadn't had child support for a little while, and was wondering how I was going to keep them fed over Christmas break and still finish buying a present or two, and just wondering how I was going to pay the gas bill. And the kids came home on Friday. That was the end of their schooling. And on Saturday, Katie's 5th grade teacher with her husband showed up on my front doorstep with 10 bags of groceries. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about God saying, give of the first fruits and see if I will not open the storehouses of heaven. And a lot of people think that it's about being rich or comfortable, but I have come to realize that it is about trust.